Okay, so just for a little bit of background, you've been my mentor for the last couple of years and helped me start one of my first businesses.
Yep.
She helped me start the tutoring company that I ran for a couple of years before getting into school.
Oh, okay.
And but apart from that, we'd really like to hear what your background is from your point of view.
Sure. You mean in regards to business?
Yeah, exactly. Like, first, like, how did you get here, and why did you get here?
Sure. Well, I went to school and took my BCom at University of Alberta, which was a great program back then, and it was a number of years ago, mind you. And from that standpoint, I've always had a bit of a passion for retail. So I fought the urge to go and work at the banks like all my peers did, and went and worked at the Hudson's Bay Company in their management program, and worked all over Canada, you know, building new stores and kind of getting them set up, and really continued to thrive in that passion for retail.
So right away, the Hudson's Bay Company, they listed you as someone who they wanted to send out to different locations to look at the new ones?
Yeah, they have a great management development program, which I took, and from that they kind of put you on a fast track. So within 2 years, I was the manager of the downtown Toronto store, which was kind of fun, and obviously a great flagship, but missed the call to Alberta and came back to where my family was and worked there for a bit. In Alberta, I started with a company that was a bit of a startup, which is always attractive to somebody coming out of business school.
Yeah.
And that was National Money Mart. And they had 5 locations in Edmonton at the time, which I ran for them. And from that point of view, over the next 16 years, worked my way up through that very interesting and very fast-growing company to become president of North America. We took the company public on the New York Stock Exchange, and it was just an extremely exciting time. But after 16 years of traveling and living part-time in New York and being away from my family here in Victoria, I retired. So
So here you are working again.
Yeah, so here I am working again. Found this opportunity, and it's really an exciting thing for me because it's an equity position, and I think everybody at this stage of their business life wants something that they can own. So my partners are in their late 60s, and they've kind of backed the business. So I've run the business for them for the last 3 years, and I'm now a 40% shareholder, and I'm working to kind of build that up to 100. But again, I'm back into that retail passion, which is nice, being at Home Hardware, and so that's kind of exciting. The nice thing is, no matter what I've done throughout my entire career, I found that every business really revolves around 2 things: people and money. And if you understand how both work, you'll always be successful.
And how they interact, of course.
Absolutely, yes.
So what is your current position with the company right now?
Currently, I'm co-owner and president. And we own 5 lumber yards across Western Canada and are in acquisition mode.
And that's all of North America, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, actually, it's just Canadian-based now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there's no more no retail locations in the United States at the moment?
No.
That's nice. It's a homegrown Canadian business.
Well, it is. Yeah, absolutely. And, there's something to be proud of when it comes to that nowadays. After working in both countries, there really is a distinct difference.
Okay, so why do you think that this was the path that you chose? What made it so attractive to you to, first of all, be in retail and, of course, be in management? What was your motivation behind that?
Sure. I think always I've been attracted to the ability to affect change. And you need to be in some level of management to affect change, either by influence or by direction. And so that's always been something that I was drawn to or aspired to. This particular business was interesting to me because my father was a contractor, so I kind of grew up in the building industry, and so I had some background knowledge, but also the ownership and relocating an office here to Victoria and kind of setting everything up was really attractive.
I must say I was kind of surprised when I realized how small your head offices were,
Yeah.
But you've done a great job condensing it, I guess.
Absolutely, and it's great. We have 8 people that work here, and we're all on flex time, and again, it's about that people thing. Beautiful environment, a great place, free parking, wonderful places to hang out in the summer. We're all on flex time. If you want to work a long weekend and take Tuesday and Wednesday off, you do that, but it's all about serving the folks out in the stores, and that's really, that's really what's important.
Really beautiful place you guys have here with the leaves changing this time of year. Anyways.
Oh, I know. You know what? It's beautiful here every time of the year.
Yeah. It really is. So, what are some of the challenges that your organization is currently facing, and how do you take your approach to these challenges?
Probably the 3 biggest things are the economy, of course. We're facing a real downturn in the economy. One of the biggest hit industries is the building industry, which is our number one supporter when we sell building materials. So working to understand with our managers that even though the piece of the pie is this big and really, and the pie seems to be getting smaller, we're teaching them how to get outside of their four walls and get a bigger piece of the pie. So even though you didn't get those customers, or you're expanding your market area, you have to go out there and get more business. You can't just open the doors
Find more
for it to
price
come. Absolutely. So that's one. The second one is finding and retaining the very best people. In an economic downturn, most people downscale and try and save money by eliminating positions. We've actually invested in our HR group, and we're looking for the best, most talented people we can find in this economy, and paying them handsomely so that they can survive through this and be ready and kind of poised for the future. The third one is the Canadian dollar. We import a ton of our products, and so the volatility, of course, means that we now have a person that watches the commodity pricing and the dollars, so that we don't get stuck.
Wait, don't buy it yet.
Yeah.
Okay, no.
Okay, don't buy it. Yeah. And then matching that with, because of course a number of the things that we deal with, lumber, metal, they all are volatile as well. So matching that currency with the volatility of the commodities we're buying is a real challenge.
Wonderful. So with regards to your specific leadership style, it sounds to me like you're put a heavy emphasis on really building up your human resources department and making personal relationships count and really investing your time well in your employees. Does that seem does that seem pretty accurate to you?
It does. I'm probably known as being fairly firm but friendly. Most people say, "Oh yeah, she's really nice," until you cross her. But I think it's really important that you empower people, give people a really strong strategic direction, and really let them go, provided you give them great tools, because people don't like to show up and just do what they're told. There's assembly lines they can go work on, but we hire people that have a lot of initiative, and they like to be given a wide open field to run and create, and I think that's what's always been my success, is surrounding myself with people who are way better than I am.
And so is that more in the administration position that you're in, or just at all levels of the store?
All levels, in particular our store managers, which are out there as owners in my mind, because they are the face of the community and they run our business for us, absentee from the ownership. And so I think it's absolutely critical for those people to have a long leash.
So with regards to the structure of your company, would you say that it's there's a lot of lateral communications, very open channels, I guess, in that regard, as well as a very, very clear hierarchical structure, and it's not just one reports up done. I guess I'm not really explaining this question that well.
No, I think I know where you're going. First of all, as you noticed, we're extremely lean. So
yes, it's very minimal staff. Really.
Yeah, a bunch of middle management in our industry, in retail, where margins are really quite small, is ridiculous. So, as I said, if our field people are really well empowered, they're running their businesses independently, and I'm the only one they talk to. So if they need financial assistance, we have a CFO. Other than that, we talk on a daily or weekly basis about issues that they're facing, tools they need. So really, I'm just a facilitator to help them reach their goals. So there really isn't anyone else there. What we have done is provided them global support. So they can call a business development manager, they can call an IT manager, those people who are all there to support them, so they don't have to build that infrastructure into each one of their organizations.
So your regional managers have really, really strong roles set in here, so that there's not a lot of lost communication up the ladder, as it were?
None. Zero. And we have a lot of face-to-face meetings with our management group, so we'll go to everyone's location and take the managers with us, so they glean a lot of that sharing of best practices, so they don't have to phone me or phone our national ops manager to get great information. They can call their peer across the road.
They all talk to each other.
Yeah, they all have a really strong network that way.
Perfect. So, what do you feel like your leadership style personally can be most closely compared to? If you had an example. Sorry, to put you on the spot, of course, it's probably how it's going to be.
You're probably looking for someone, so I can say, just like Leon.
No, not so much a person.
Yeah.
More of, I guess interpret it however you feel.
Okay. Really long leash with a strong grip. Yeah. So you'll know if you've stepped